3 a.m., lying in my bed, on my back, with you next to me, with you next to the heater, lights turned off, you fell asleep. I'm sleepless once again, probably until the time the first muezzin calls to prayer, so that'd be around 4:30 in East Jerusalem. The yellow street lamp throws shadows off the windows in the corner of my room, thinking about taking a night walk through empty streets filled with light, yellow and harsh, empty train tracks, parking cars, police sirens or ambulance sirens, slightly rainy and definitely windy, wandering around without a goal, now a passing car on the freeway. Later, the sound of the first light rail train, the sound of the construction workers, the constant flow of the rain, the gurgle of the heater. Why? It's the beginning of February, and you came to visit me from Berlin. We had a lot of problems in all those 3 years, and been so close at the same time that we somehow managed to always get it over with. Last time you've been here, we said that the distance we have now is probably good for the both of us and for our relationship. So I meet you in Bastet, and I'm late from class, and the first thing we have is a fight. After 2 days of you being here, we decide to break up on the terrace of the Austrian Hospice on a sunny winter's day in the old city, and this picturesque ambience would just not fit to the decision we have made. The guy at the passport check on the airport told you, after he asked you what you are doing in Israel, what a lucky guy I must be, having someone like you visiting me. And he is right. There is still so much between the two of us, but this rational decision we make on that day feels definite and happens for a reason. For the reason that I'm a coward for telling you that I don't know if I can be what you say you need right now.
Email February 12, 2020 at 11 minutes after 3 a.m. Dear Felix, approximately 2 weeks have passed since we've sat on the terrace of the Austrian hospice and talked about us. One can say it was obvious that we would separate, but one could as well say that we tried to fight until the end, for us, for our relationship. It broke my heart that we surrendered. Almost 4 years we are together. You are the only person that really knows me, the only one I trust. I love you with every corner of my heart, and this is why it's hard for me, but I think we have made the right decision. Objective, realistic. At the moment we live 2 so different lives that we do not make one another happy. It was hard for me to give in to this argument because I have, as you well know, very sincere problems with myself as well as opening up to others. I miss you and talking to you even more than ever. But I got the certain feeling, even if it hurts, that our decision was right. This insight is at the moment the only thing that keeps me alive. With this distance it is more easy to get detached. Since some months I'm alone now and need to look after myself. I got the feeling that the fact that you're not in town and not in reach makes it easier for me. It would be terrible to meet you somewhere here by chance. Soon we will move out of this flat and we need to separate our things, sort out who owns what. I would ask you to do this together with the most respect of each other, because it is already difficult enough. I'm not sure if we will ever be able to be friends, even though it is your wish. At the moment, I just feel that I love you too much to be friends with you. But this surely can change over time. I deeply thank you for the time we spent together, for so many hours of understanding in light of my sickness and for the light and cheerful moments. Do you remember how we met? Back in the days in Saint-Étienne? I just see this one image in front of my eyes. I was sick with fever, but I put on all my pullovers that I could find only to wander around the city with you. In the end, we sat in front of the local police branch and talked for hours while drinking beer. I miss this. I miss you. I love you. For this and for your patience. Forever yours. Why?
Email February 12, 2020 at 20 minutes after 11 a.m. Hello, why? Thank you for your heartbreaking message. I'm sitting here crying. Yes, you are right. It was a decision for the best, even if it breaks my heart to admit it, to embrace it and to live with it. Yes, I do remember Saint-Étienne and all the other wonderful moments. It is sad to recognize that everything we've experienced together and what we struggled with, everything we built together now has come to an end. The thought of you alone in Berlin makes me suffer, and there's rarely a day I'm not thinking about you, asking myself how you are. I wanted you to know how thankful I am for our times being. I miss our kitchen talks. I miss going to the late night shop 1,000 times a night. Buying Secco because you asked me to. For us, because we are sitting, listening and talking to each other so nicely. Then going to bed too late and wake up wrinkled. You are right about the distance. It eases a little. I wanted to thank you too for all the good times, and I am grateful for you were holding on to me for so long, while being so sad yourself, for helping me out where you could. I'm certainly not uncomplicated myself. But yet we loved each other and tried to have as much understanding for each other we could. I'm sure we will be able to move out of the flat while splitting our stuff. I am aware of your concerns, but I think we will manage, even though it's complicated. It is sadly just a simple comfort to get to hear that the decision helps you to keep being alive. Because then I can roughly imagine how you are, and that hurts. I wish for you to have people around you that you are able to speak to or whom are simply able to distract you. It is painful to hear that we can't be friends at the moment, or maybe even never, because I fear losing you as part of my life. But I can understand you. Even I have to admit that distance is the best for now. I miss you and love you and want to tell you 1,000 things more. Yours, Felix. Email February 12, 2020, 47 minutes after 10 a.m. Postscriptum. I am sorry that at the moment, maybe even in general, I can't be this person that you need, regardless of the fact that we love each other. I'm thinking about you, Felix.
Email February 13, 2020, 1 minute after 12 p.m. Dear Felix, to hear of you hurts me, and at the same time I want to hear of you. I would so much like to talk to you, tell you everything, turn back the time, being happy with you and plan the future. It gives me headaches to think about the point, the day that it turned out we are not perfect for each other anymore. I miss you so much. I miss us so much. I want to drive on the scooter with you the whole night and eat fries, drink too much beer at the late night shop and wake up next to you. I want to climb fences with you and visit abandoned houses. I want this specific feeling that everything besides us is not relevant. The two of us against the rest of the world. I want you to roll your eyes when I suddenly stop at the flowery to look at the plants. Me telling you that it's not possible to just eat pizza all the time. I'm feeling not we failed, but I did. Since I know that there is no us anymore, I don't even know what I want. I don't know what for, what the nice flat for or the clean kitchen. I don't have a place there anymore. Even though I could not always show it, our unity was for me the center of my attention. The reason why I get up in the morning, why I care and struggle. Now there is nothing. The thought that time heals all wounds rather scares me. I don't want to look back at our relationship and see it as a simple chapter of my life. I don't know where I am right now, what I want. I'm sorry to bother you with this, but I don't know where to put my thoughts. I love you. Yours, Y.
Email February 15, 2020, 39 minutes after 7 p.m. Hey Y. I am sorry that it took me so long to answer. I am having a lot cooking with my final project at the moment, still 2 intensive weeks ahead, and now even a job in a nightclub. For that reason it took me some days to answer. Please forgive me. I don't think you failed. I think the dynamic of a relationship is based on 2 individuals, and our dynamic was at least the last year pretty bad. Our communication was not good and agreements did not work out. You worked a lot and tried to build your freelance existence, while I worked on my degree. I mostly worked in the night while you were working during daytime, so it's not really surprising that we drifted away from each other. My last year was full of personal struggle, marked by a lot of work and responsibility, from which I partly ran away by getting completely wasted on the weekends. I understand that due to that behavior, I put a burden on you, transferred my problems onto you. I fought as you fought, but I believe somewhere in between we might not have fought together anymore. And then against each other. I don't know why, and to admit this hurts me. It is really alright that you are sharing your thoughts with me, even though it confuses me a little. But this should not stop you from doing so. I think it's important that just now we keep communication and speak about everything together. Your words and flashbacks of our relationship are filling my heart with sorrow. At the same time, I know that this time is over. We were young and reckless, and there was not that much at stake. Maybe we are even both right. I don't think I came across as if I was in control of my life. You'd needed the opposite. You need and want control over your life because you have to. At the same time, you are longing for more freedom. For me, this is not just a chapter as well. I certainly think we had something very special with one another, but at the moment I just don't know how to serve your expectations. Even though I know what I want, I don't know the way to get there. At the moment everything is a little uncertain for me, and I wish I could provide you the certainty you wish and ask for. But as I said, I'm not there, also because I'm so far away. Taking a walk at night, through empty, quiet streets, everything soaked in yellow and nearly colorless. It's quiet. Don't know where I'm going, but I know where I'm coming from. Just walking. Take a left, a right. It does not really matter. I have a certain goal, getting lost without looking on the map. Light behind the windows, life behind the windows. I'm outside, imagining what's going on behind the windows. So many lives, so many possibilities. A family dinner, a lonely old man watching TV. I wonder what's on. Kids playing hide and seek, fathers drinking booze with their friends, mothers talking to their daughters or sons, an old lady smoking cigarettes in the kitchen, listening to the radio. Fight between a couple. Will they separate? All of this going on at the same time, in the same street, in the same city. And I'm lying here, making all that up, even though it's possible.